Quick restart. We'll let people kind of build up into here again. Man, we had an issue last weekend as well with audio, and now we are having this issue now. So I'm looking at my screen here. Okay. Unfortunately, my preview is still not working in Streamlabs, but we're just gonna get started. I
It
see
says we
us.
are live. I'm
Yeah.
checking to make sure. We are live,
Yep. Check your
apparently.
phone. I can hear us. It looks like.
Hello, everybody. It says one watching. That's probably me on my phone.
Yeah. Okay. Let's reset. We are back live tonight, Tuesday night, Transit Motocross, TWMX Live. We're going to talk everything Anaheim 2. I'm your host, Gavin Ayala, and with me, as always, is Trey Steyer. Trey, say hello. We can hear you this time, so you can say hi.
What's up, everybody? Hello. I hope you can hear the sound of my beautiful voice.
My
It's
trouble check.
Tuesday night. You know what that means. Hello.
I'm
Testing on
making
the
sure.
phone volume.
Okay, I'm making sure.
I
All
see.
right.
All right.
All right, so we are good. Yeah. So sorry for the little hiccup at the beginning of this again, you guys, but we're excited to talk about Anaheim 2. We're 3 races in, and things are finally, starting to shape up, and it's getting really exciting. Again, we are today. The show is brought to you by Partzilla, Best for Parts. If you guys need anything, dirt bike, ATV, UTV, OEM, aftermarket, check out Partzilla. They got everything you need. These guys are supporting us, getting us to the races, helping us do all these things, and a big supporter of us. So if you can support them, that's huge for us. So thank you, Pardzilla. And yeah, we're going to jump right into it. Unfortunately, I was not able to be there. Neither of us were there this weekend. I actually had a little bit of a family emergency in our family. I had to stay back with my family, and I'm glad I did, because on top of our personal, emergency, we had the flight cancellations. And I know Josh, one of my friends, a photographer, he's only getting back today. I would have been stranded out there at least an additional day, and it just would have been hard in my house without me this weekend. So I did stay back. Unfortunately, I was going for that perfect attendance this year. I thought I could do that, but things happen. Sometimes you just got to put family first. So you're going to notice there's not going to be any YouTube recaps this weekend. Just kind of relied on our photographer out there this weekend, Kiana. It was just really last minute, so I couldn't even get anyone to cover for me and get that content. So sorry you guys aren't going to miss that, but at least we got today. We can still talk, hang out, and I will be there, at all the remaining runs this weekend in Houston, back to capturing some awesome content and putting more things together. And then Trey, so we both watched it from the couch this time, and man, that's one thing that's definitely different.
Yeah.
My perspective now, especially even for you, as when you go there, you're in the press box. It's still a much different perspective. But me being on trackside, we are one of the handful of the photographers and videographers that are allowed to be trackside on the track, right next to these bikes going like 10 feet from us. Sometimes they put us in places where I'm like, seriously, okay, I guess we can go there. I don't argue it. I'm like, let's get a cool shot, but I'll personally get out of there pretty quickly. But yeah, we are right there, right up in it. So we, usually that offers a great perspective, a unique look of what we're doing. And yeah, it's just been being down there and then coming watching it on TV, switch it up. Like now, I don't actually get to do that too often. Like I don't get to just go watch the races, not even from the stands. And on the track side, half the time you don't really know what's even going on, because you just don't see it. You just hear the crowd just amping up. Wow, the stadium gets all loud, which again, totally sounds different when you're on the trackside than when you're up in the stands. Like the way the amphitheaters of the stadiums work, and how the volume travels like down there on the floor. Yeah, those guys can definitely hear you guys being loud, because it is loud down there. But yeah, then watching it at home this weekend on the couch, I feel like I saw actually like a lot more. I was like, wow, I'm not missing half the things down there when I hear like everyone screaming and I can't see what's going on, because when we're eye level trackside, you can't even see past like 3 sections. They just disappear. We have to like kind of plan strategically your ways around the track to try to capture and put the story together, which for me is putting these race recaps together. I try to work my way like around like a clockwise or counterclockwise around the track, and try to show the entire track and hopefully capture that story and be at the right places. And if I notice where those passing areas are going to be, I try to always be, in that area. So Yeah, if you'll be seeing me look at my phone a lot probably in this stream because like that's the only way I can see you guys. Like I said, we're having some issues with our Streamlabs. It threw an update at me right when I logged in to do the show, and now the it's not even showing me like the preview of what we're seeing. So I'm using my phone, using my phone to see what you guys see to make sure I'm not missing anything. I can see your guys' comments, but I gotta kind of squint at them. But yeah, it was great watching it. Trey, how was your weekend? And we'll get more into details of it. But first off, how was your weekend? It snowed. You guys get snowed in up there as well. And did you
Oh
guys
yeah.
enjoy the races?
Yeah, racing was good, but honestly, from your side of things, you say you get to see more. I feel like I see more at the races, which of course you're down there on the floor, like you said, your view's obstructed because you're right next to all the jumps. And then when I'm at the stadium, I just feel like I notice more because, of course, when you watch the broadcast, it's usually cameras zeroed in on the front level guys. And I'm usually scanning all around, like, especially during heat races. I'm like, who's battling for the last spot? Who's making their way through the pack? It seems like you can see more, but I can definitely see your point of view as well. You're standing by a tabletop. That's literally all you can see when you got your camera up and you're scanning for guys that are just right in front of you. But weekend was solid. I thought the racing was pretty good. 250 class, pretty predictable, but no surprise there. 450 race was excellent, I thought. Then the snow totals and stuff, I'm not sure how much we got exactly, probably 6 inches or so, but it's definitely still very cold here. I know last night it was like at one point it was 17 as the high, but it still felt like 0 or -1 or something like that. So it's not been very warm and it's still pretty cold out, but we're not doing too bad. My dad went to work today. He said the roads are mostly clear. The highways are clear finally, which West Virginia, our roads are usually terrible and our road maintenance is not good. They like to wait until the last minute or to just do as little as possible. So finally some cleared roads, but definitely snowy, definitely cold, and it was snowing as of probably 30 minutes ago, so even more to add to it. We'll see what happens, but fun week of racing, and we got to see Chase Sexton put Kawasaki back on top.
Yeah, no, it was definitely a good weekend of racing out there, and the weather held out there. It wasn't like too wet and nothing. I know that track's hard because I know there were some complaints about the softness of it, but I think that's just the Anaheim dirt. It really does. It's hard to get it just right, and they don't put lime in the dirt like they used to. And that used to really dry it out and allow it to pack in, and now they don't do that because it just kind of messes with the riders and the bikes, and it's just soft. So I think that's kind of why we saw some of the issues we saw, like when it came to Chance and Levi in that section casing. I think the dirt necessarily wasn't like a design issue or anything like that. I think it's just so soft that these guys are just sinking into it a little bit and losing some of their drive. Um, so yeah, it's definitely well, again, we weren't there this time, so it's hard to say exactly. I'm just kind of going off of what I've seen, other opinions and other shows and stuff. But I appreciate I see some of these comments and you guys that are rolling right now. Some of you guys saying we have the best videos of the racing. I appreciate that. I do all the videos of the recaps and the racing, and it's hard to please everyone because I see another comment here that yes, that they don't put music on them, which I actually do put music in the videos, but I try to balance it out the best I can because I know everybody has different tastes, and I try to make it as raw as I can because really that's what people really want to hear is just the bikes. So I usually do, I shoot the heat races in raw to make sure that everyone can enjoy those raw. And then in the main events, I usually try to put some slow mo shots in there just to show off some of those slow mo shots. And typically they look best with music. So that's why I throw out music on the main event. Usually I see all the recaps with the main event will have some music, but then it fades out usually in the last third of the race. And then it finishes off raw again. And I try to always change the music too, which, you get some complaints, people that don't like it. Oh, this is trash. Or people just hate on it and stuff. And I'm like, like, I can't win them all. I'll try to use some, music here. Then I'll use rock music. Then I'll use like a hip hop beat. Or I really do try to please everyone when it comes to how everyone watches our recaps. So I do keep those things in mind when it comes to those comments and people don't like certain things. And I expect that as well, because like I said, it's just everyone's taste is different. So if you actually notice what I'm doing, I am putting the effort in these videos to actually please everybody that I can and also show off some of what I like to do, which is getting creative, slow mo shots and just getting cool beauty shots like that and having fun with it. And I've been playing with that little glass filter thing recently, which has been fun as well. Which I'm excited, like I said, to get back to the races this weekend and get back on the floor and get that content. And I'm glad everyone likes it. Help us, share these videos, like these videos. It really helps. We are a resurging brand, and we need that to keep building. That engagement is really important right now to help YouTube and Facebook and Instagram like see what we're doing and push more of it. So yeah, just really appreciate all you guys and all your comments in here. But yeah, so we'll get right into it. We A2 was the heats. It was a whole long day. Obviously, they changed things up like they used to. That's two qualifiers now. They're not as much on the track. The track changes drastically throughout the day. The Lawrence brothers don't even do the track walk because they know it's not even what it's gonna be. So that's an interesting fact if you don't know that. Like they actually don't even do the track walk because they just think it's gonna be so much different when they're riding it, which is true. We also had the SMX Next guys. We had a lot of crazy crashes this weekend. Some scary ones, some spectacular ones. Um, I was surprised with both, Kitchen and AP having their big heat race crashes, both getting up and qualifying still into the main event on that same crash, like just jumping up back on the
Oh
bike and
yeah.
going. That was pretty incredible. I think Chase was. I think everyone kind of, he went down in that one heat in the sand, and I kind of think everyone went, it goes through everyone's head, like, oh, what's
Here
Chase?
we
What?
go.
Yeah, here we go. What are we doing? So to see him get that win, I think was awesome, vindicating, deserving, and he showed he was the fastest guy on the track. If you watch any of the racing, you can see every time he passed someone, he just outdrives everybody. They're like just right next to each other in rhythms, and he just and he just pulls right past them. So he was definitely the fastest guy of the night, the guy to beat. Just has to worry about himself and just staying clean, and it was good for him. So excited to see that. 450 class is stacked, but yeah, I think let's start with 250s. Let's jump into that. Man, Levi Kitchen, that was crazy. He's just not having a good time out there this season. It is a tough year for him. I want to see him do better. I think he's just been a victim of some circumstance, but also some self-inflicted some issues. Even in that big heat race crash, we saw him go. Chance did it right in front of him. The same thing. I don't know if maybe he was just following him in his speed and just didn't expect that. But that was crazy when the way he did that front flip was incredible. It's kind of one of those things that you wonder. It's like I've always wondered, like video game physics almost is like, is that possible? Like, can you do that? Can you pogo and mini front flip? And I guess we've seen that. Last time I ever saw something like that was Josh Hill at the Deegan compound years ago when I was there. We were filming that, and he did that pogo front flip thing back in the day, and him and Axel and everyone was doing all those things. But yeah, to see that mid race was pretty crazy, and him to bounce right back up and still qualify, that was pretty crazy to see. And then also him, he unfortunately got tied up in the first turn crash in the main event, and that just ended it for him. He pulled off. I don't think if we had any updates on that or not, but bummer. Like, yeah, that sucks. Like, I really want to see him do well. Honestly, want to see him out there battling. He was the guy that everyone thought was going to be battling with Hayden and stuff. And now, what's going to happen now? Like, it's just Hayden out there dominating in all his competitions, pulling off the track. So, kind of nuts. Chance Hymas too, dislocated shoulder. I saw him holding his wrist after that, after the first turn crash as well. It's like pretty unfortunate for some of these guys. What do you think, Trey?
Yeah, definitely a big blow to the depth of the 250 class, which was already on the west side a little depleted anyway. You only had 7 factory guys going into the season. Really unfortunate for Chance. I feel like this could be a very pivotal year. I think maybe the last year of his Honda contract, if I remember correctly. And once again, starts great, and it seems like it's a pattern every year. And I mentioned it in the article. He gets a couple good races, and then something happens. Like this year, you look at last year, he goes out, dominates Thunder Valley, goes 1-1, then the next week at High Point, he tears his ACL, done for the year. 2024 was the same way. He got a couple wins, was back up front at Unadilla after being banged up a little bit the couple rounds before that. and then he goes out, and here everybody would have picked him as the favorite to at least challenge Hayden and to give him a fight. And then you look at his finishes; he's gone 6-4 DNF in the first 3 rounds, and he's been down on the first corner every single race, which is almost unheard of. I don't think I've ever seen a racer be down on the first corner 3 races in a row. I mean, it's unprecedented, but it really hurts the depth and the enjoyability of the class because you want to see these close battles, but now with Chance out for the next couple weeks, Levi's still going to be racing. He's a little banged up, but I think he's going to give everything a go. But you look through the class and it's like, well, we saw Mosman lead the race, and I'm going to give an attaboy to Mosman because he put together a really good ride. I think this is the best race we've seen out of him in a long time, but he wasn't able to hold off Hayden. Maybe if Hayden gets a worse start, he's able to, but I still don't think he would have been able to do it because Hayden, when you give him an ounce of confidence, he's going to take it all and take more of it. I mean, he's just on a different level right now. And you look at the points, how it's swung around. Anaheim won. Apparently, can you hear me, Gavin?
Yeah, I'm listening.
Can
I'm
you hear
listening.
me?
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can the people hear me? Because
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
just got a sign through the door that says they can't hear me.
No, I'm
So,
pretty sure. I'm pretty sure I can hear you.
well, okay. Drop in the comments if you can hear me or not.
Oh
But
no.
we'll see what goes on.
Actually,
Oh, great.
we don't think
Awesome.
I don't think we can hear you. Oh no. Okay, yeah, I don't know what is doing that to us, Trey. I don't know why we keep losing your audio like that. So hopefully everyone.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, I hear you
Hello?
through
Yeah,
my
I know you
system,
can hear me. I could tell. I don't know what it is, though.
but
Like, once again, I'm seeing my levels go up. I'm seeing the microphone on the thing bounce up and
wait,
down,
I don't think they
like
can
on
hear
my
me either
screen.
now.
But
Test, test, test. I
wonderful.
don't, dude. This program's crashing on us. I think that's what's happening.
Yeah, I just don't understand because it was working fine. Everything was good. Levels were good. I updated my Streamlabs even though I don't use it within the app, and here we are.
Well, that is very frustrating, everyone. I don't think anyone can hear me right now. Wow. How do we have 2 crashes in a row? We might need to start not doing live streams. We might need to actually pre-record these shows and drop them. Dang. Like I'm looking at my thing right now and yeah, I don't hear any volume out of my phone. So they can't hear me either. That's kind of
Mm.
whack. Well, I guess we have to end our live stream.
That's awesome.
I don't know what to do. That's weird.